James Kaufman, World News Report today, July 22nd, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some discrepancies with our reports coming out of two separate web pages. To start off with, we're going to take a look at the USGS, and we have a 6.0 earthquake they're calling over in the Vanuatu area at 10 kilometers, which is the default depth when they can't determine the exact depth. This came in as an 8 on the DYFI and a 7 on the shake map. It was probably much stronger than they're indicating. This is associated with Zealandia rising. Now that's a continent that's rising up out of the ocean. I will show y'all a picture of that right now. Now this is a rough outline of Zealandia rising. There's a continent here, and depending on what source you use, it's a different shape. There's tons of plate boundaries that don't quite work together yet. Now, in my opinion, Zealandia goes all the way up to Fiji, the Fiji area, Tonga area up here, and all the way around to Vanuatu, and then back down here. The central part of this seems to be New Caledonia here and New Zealand here. New Zealand is making a land grab at all of the light blue, i.e. they're calling it their continental shelf, via NATO currently. Now, I don't think New Zealand is a continent, but that's going to be determined by NATO. Obviously, there's, well, millions, billions, if not trillions of dollars worth of natural resources in those areas. With that said, we're seeing a lot of volcanic activity and a lot of earthquake activity as the plates move around and try to connect and form the continent of Zealandia that's rising out of the ocean. Now, what's so strange about this is we have the 6.0 here, and this is only being reported by the USGS. It's not going to be reported by any of the other services, and this was only a few hours ago. There has been a small swarm here. It's on a plate boundary that's not connected, as you can see, and I believe it to be part of Zealandia, as you see here. Not the most shallow part, but definitely part of the plate boundaries connecting. It's also under a volcano that's active and another that's awakening. So there's magma movement under this area. Now remember, this is a 6.0 reported by the USGS. It's been reported, well, by other countries as a much smaller quake. At the same time, the USGS is not reporting a 6.2 magnitude earthquake here in Guatemala that just popped off. And I will show you that. This is a little complicated because of the discrepancies in the, well, two web pages and the modeling agencies. Jumping over to volcanoes and earthquakes.com, we have a 6.2 here in Guatemala, and that's going to be right on a plate boundary. The Regional Seismology Network, or Seismograph Network, seems to be part of the USGS. I've not heard of it and had to look it up. They're reporting a 6.2 earthquake just popping off at 266 kilometers under active volcanoes, and also on a plate boundary, as you will see here. So we're going to zoom in and take a look. You can see there's two active volcanoes here in Guatemala, and you can see the red plate coming up and the blue plate forming here, and it's just a mess. But they are reporting a 6.2 here, Regional Seismology Network, which seems to be part of the USGS, and I will show you that. It took a while to find this. This is a USGS paper, and it actually covers seismograph stations and the RSN here, or the Regional Seismograph Network. that provides information to the USGS. So I don't know why the USGS is not reporting this. It did just occur. So the very strong magnitude 6.2 earthquake in Guatemala is appearing on volcano discovery as well as a 6.2 magnitude earthquake. You can see at 15:09 UTC time, data is by the regional seismology network right here, or seismograph network. Now this very well could be a mistake, but it is being reported by two of the websites I utilize. It is only being reported by the RSN, 1.9 atomic bombs worth of energy released, a magnitude 6.2 in Guatemala. So that's about all the information we have. Other agencies are not reporting this particular earthquake, although it is under 2 active volcanoes and on a plate boundary. Now back to the 6.0 that occurred in Vanuatu, came in as an 8 on the DYFI, a 7 on the shake map, at a default depth of 10 kilometers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the USGS is the only reporting service for that one. Let's go take a look. A 6.0 here. And that was at 5 UTC time. Let's keep that in mind, 5 UTC time. Jumping over to that area, yes, plate boundaries, yes, volcanoes that are active and erupting all throughout this area. And there's actually a swarm, I'll show you right there, of volcanoes, but there's no 6.0s. There's a 5.0 and a 5.5, and I'm guessing this 5.5 is what the USGS is reporting as a 6.0. So we'll get some detailed information about that, but as soon as we pull it up, it says USGS is reporting it as a 5.5. Now, with that said, they're given GMT time, so it's very hard for me to line this up, and I do apologize. The EMC 5.5, French 5.2. However, you just saw the USGS is currently reporting a 6.0 in this area that came in much heavier on the shake map and the DYFI. So let's get some detailed information about this and see if anybody called it a 6.0 or if the USGS has downgraded it. Again, this is volcanoesandearthquakes.com, a completely different site. There's also a chance the USGS could have made a mistake because I can't find the 6.2. And this does not match up UTC time. As you can see here, UTC time is 0.9 UTC time. So I don't see the quake that they're referring to on the USGS on Volcano Discovery or earthquakesandvolcanoes.com. Let's look at this quake that seemed to be reported as a 5.5 by the USGS. Again, very confusing here. The most confused I've ever been. Actually, these always match up. A 5.5 USGS. The timing is not correct for the 6.0 that they're reporting. And again, the USGS is not reporting the 6.2 in Guatemala. So two things here don't add up. We see that only 0.2 atomic bombs worth of energy were released here. Again, I don't think this is the same quake being reported by the USGS as a 6.0. We'll take another look. The location is correct. USGS 5.5, Europeans 5.5. We have the French coming in at a 5.2, Germans 5.2, Australians a 5.4. The International Research Institute on Seismology, a 5.5, and a 5.3 by Indonesia. Let's go back over to the USGS and see if we can figure out what's going on here. And again, the discrepancies here. The 6.0 here still showing up, and I have just refreshed this. We'll refresh it once again. Coming in as an 8 on the DYFI, a 7 on the shake map, exactly the area we're looking for. The times don't match up, and they're not reporting the 6.2 being reported by only one agency over in Guatemala here. So I've never run into so many discrepancies. Anything y'all have to add in the comments below is much appreciated. Any hypothesis or what might be going on here, greatly appreciated. Regularly, everything fits together like a puzzle. With that said, God bless you and yours. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World. God bless you.